What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Growing Up Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 4. So we open up, we have Cree, which is Luke's daughter, with Angela and JoJo. They're looking for venues for this surprise party that JoJo is having. We find out that Cree is associated with Slip and Slide, and you guys know Slip and Slide from Trina and Trick Daddy and all that down in Miami. He said, listen, I got my Runs House Entertainment, you got your Slip and Slide situation, let's put a showcase together. She was like, I'm with it. He was like, I'm with it, and maybe we can invite Egypt. Maybe not Sam, but Egypt, sure. She was like, all right, I'm down. I don't know her like that, but she can come through. It's cool with me. If it's cool with you, then it's cool. We cool together. So, then we have this conversation between her and Angela. Listen, I don't even know why Angela's still on this show. Because, okay, you're giving us the storyline of you with your boyfriend, but every time somebody asks you about him, your answer is, he's good. It's good. I mean, we good. Girl, you might as well have just not had the storyline. You might as well not even introduce us to your boyfriend for all the information you sharing with us. And listen, I'm all here for about being private and secret, but at the end of the day, you own a reality show. So, but I just feel like we've been letting Angela get away with this shit from season 1, so it is what it is, child. She was talking about she got a situationship, Cree that is. So I guess we're gonna find out what her situationship is later on. And Angela said that she in love and she is okay, and she don't have no problem admitting that she in love, honey. And so it's great, it's cool. They're gonna have a party at the venue, and it is what it is. Then we have Twixt meeting up with. She said she get mad people call her Savannah, but I really be forgetting her name, and it looked like Savannah, so it's Savannah. I think it's Savannah. Anyway, that's her. Bree shows up. Listen, y'all know Bree is a whole mood. She shows up with wine and so forth. She said, listen, I always got the party in my trunk. I just don't know if I always need to share the party, because I don't know what I'm rolling into. But they toast and having a conversation. Come to find out, you know, she lets Bree know that she met Egypt and Sam. And I will give Bree credit for saying, listen, I'm going to let you figure out who they are for yourself, you know. I mean, it was clear that she wasn't rocking with them, but she was like, I'm gonna let you figure out who they are for yourself. And she said, yeah, me and Boogie. And she was like, well, me and Boogie got beef. Okay, we got beef. Then we have Pep and Egypt. Let me say this about this whole, listen, I am so not here for this whole Pep Egypt storyline about TT trying to steal my wedding. First and foremost, you were engaged before TT was engaged. So if you was really all that pressed about your wedding, you would already be married. Let's be clear. Second of all, she was like, well, TT knew I always wanted to get married in Jamaica, and that was my dream wedding, and she's just trying to steal it from me. Ma'am, you act like TT ain't from Jamaica. You act like TT and her man wasn't living in Jamaica. You act like I mean, did they meet? I think that's where they met and were dating. Like, you act like her going to Jamaica is some weird, oh my goodness, I don't know how the hell she came up with this idea to go to Jamaica. Hello? So for you to act like she is stealing your wedding, girl, bye. Like, I'm so sick of it. I'm over it. I'm not here for it. And as far as the situation with her man cheating on her, listen, that is not your business. If she chooses to forgive that man and take him back after he cheated on her, that is between her, him, and their therapist. Which it looks like they're going to therapy. Okay? Moving on. Because I'm not doing this with them. I'm telling y'all now, I'm not dragging out this TT stole my wedding storyline. I ain't doing it. I mean, so then we got the double date with, well, actually, no, we have the ladies link up. We have Cree and Vanessa and Angela meeting up with Brianna and, oh shoot, what's the baby's name? That's it, Angela, Cree, JoJo's wife. And so they're all there having a good time. And then Angela, Vanessa, you know, y'all, Vanessa stay putting 20 on 10. I don't know if it's because Vanessa really don't have no other storyline other than to get on Angela's damn nerves, but she be really putting 20 on 10. So when they asked Angela about the boyfriend, she didn't have a whole lot to say, right? So Vanessa in her mind says, oh, well, that must mean there's trouble in paradise. Let me talk to her. So she pulls Angela aside to have this whole conversation with her. Girl, is everything okay? And Angela's looking at her like, yeah, I'm good. I mean, are you sure you good? I mean, is everything okay? And Angela's like, girl, I'm good. I mean, but are you sure you good? I mean, are you good, girl? And Angela is like, girl, I am so good. And it is so awkward and so weird. And Angela is really sitting there like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you are... And my thing is, if you ask somebody about their boyfriend and all they give you is a one-word answer, that does not automatically mean that there's trouble in paradise. And I get it that she is your sister, and maybe you got that sister intuition, but it is not that serious. It is not that deep. It is not all of that, okay? Anyway. So then we got the double date with Savannah, Boogie, and they meeting up with Egypt and Sam. But before we do that, we have Savannah getting her makeup and stuff together, and she's talking to her brother. They end up Googling Boogie, and he was like, yo, you know who you going out with? I mean, this man's been arrested. Now, if you've been watching this show, we all know that Boogie has caught charges. But what I didn't know is that he had a whole domestic charge. I remember the drunk driving and all of that when he was, you know, getting high and all that whole storyline. But come to find out, he had a situation with some woman he was sleeping with. She wouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave. They had sex. The next day she said he raped her, or he beat her up, or he did something. But he said ultimately the charges got dropped, and he ain't even tripping off of it. Boogie ain't tripping off of nothing. Boogie ain't never tripping off of nothing. At the end of the day, when Boogie ass end up in jail, listen, I'm done with it. But she was like, that doesn't really scare her off. Like, he gave her, in her mind, a reasonable explanation as to what happened, and you know, it was what it was. Okay, girl, if you like it, I love it. They have a little cooking thing. It's a cute little date. They, you know, they do it like a little private cooking demo thing, and you know, throughout that they're flirting and talking and all that good stuff. And once again, Egypt brings up the fact about TT. Now, mind you, Savannah don't know nothing about TT. She ain't never met TT, don't know TT, but now she's getting Egypt's side of the story about TT and how TT don't have no respect. Man, TT ain't nobody. She ain't nobody. Here go, and this is Sam, mind you. Sam, you always talking about who is and who isn't, but you always want people to give you respect because you dating Egypt. TT is more quote-unquote hip-hop royalty than you are because she been around from the beginning. Hell, by the time she was born, Pepper was already Pepper. And she has been Pepper her whole life. And she has been hip-hop royalty adjacent her whole life. Sir, you've been around for 3 years. I'm going to need you to go sit down somewhere. Like, I'm so sick of Sam always turning this into a who needs to give respect and who has the most clout. Which, once again, when you don't understand why people keep coming and acting like the only reason why you with Egypt is for clout, because you do stuff and you say stuff like that. You turn everything into a clout moment. You turn everything into a clout chasing moment. And that is why don't nobody look at you as anything but a clout chaser. I can't stand Sam. Moving on. Anyway. So we are at the party. Everybody is at the party except for Egypt and Sam. So TT is there. Angela, Vanessa. Now, Angela don't bring her man, and what's the first thing out of Vanessa's mind? Oh, Angela's here solo dolo. Must be trouble in paradise. Girl, we have not seen your man in all 5 seasons that you've been on this show, because you weren't on season 1. But we have yet to see Mr. Wayans. We've seen glimpses of your daughter. We've heard them talk about your man, but we have yet to see your man. So stop acting like Angela not bringing her man to an event is a big thing, because we ain't seen your man in 4 years. Hell, I ain't even think y'all was still together no more until you brought him up last season and you was talking about it. Girl. So anyway, they are there. They're at the party. Now, Cree, as the party planner, when Twixt rolls up, she is immediately irritated by Twixt. It's a masquerade party. And she needs everybody to put their mask on, and of course Twixt and Brianna ain't trying to put no mask on. Twixt shows up with a lit blunt, of course his cup of juice, and dressed in house clothes, which is what Twixt always does. But Cree, as the event planner and as somebody who's trying to impress JoJo, because she's like, listen, this is what I do, this is my job, like I really need y'all to cooperate. And Twixt is being a total jerk. Like, I've never seen... Y'all know I normally like Twixt, and I normally be rocking with Twixt. But I ain't never seen Twixt act like that. Like, Twixt was really nasty to her. He was really, really nasty to her. And he really came off really, really disrespectful to that woman. And I don't understand where that came from. Like, I really don't get where it came from. But he was nasty to her, and then he started talking about, well, you look like your father. And she was like, thank you. Like, where is that an insult? The insult is, you don't look like neither one of your parents. Where did you come from? That's the insult. But saying somebody look like they daddy. Anyway, it was really bad. And but I will say this, she ain't back down. She gave as good as she got, to the point where Angela had to say, listen, they on their way. Please chill out, because we don't want it to be no issues when they get here, okay? So they show up, and it's a nice surprise, and it goes off really well. The dinner seems to go off really nice until Boogie tries to talk to Brianna. The first part of the conversation seemed to go pretty well, where Boogie apologized to Brianna. He said, listen, when Angela, when Egypt and old boy was going off, and Sam was going off on their little tangent, I just let them say what they had to say. She was like, but that's not a friend. You didn't defend me. You just let them talk shit about me. He was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't respond the way you wanted me to respond. I love you. You know I love you. You know you my girl. You know I rocks with you. Like, I apologize if I didn't respond the way you wanted me to respond. And it seemed to be okay. And then Brianna started in again. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You fake. Nah, you fake. And he was like, listen, can I talk to you off camera? Because this is a lot. Nah, fuck that. Nah, we talking right here. We talking right here. And Boogie was like, listen, we already know she drunk. And y'all know what Brianna gives when she been drinking. So at this point, I don't even really want to talk to her on camera anymore, because I already know what this is going to be. And actually, we need to have an intervention for her. Y'all had an intervention for me. It's time for us to have an intervention for Brie, because this is a lot. She got a whole lot going on here. And I don't disagree with them, because Brie got a lot going on. Then we had TT having they bring up the conversation about the wedding and stuff. And so Savannah is sitting there listening, because of course she don't know TT, and she's listening. And TT, I will say this, TT did a good job of not entertaining the conversation. When they started talking about Egypt and Sam, she was like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't in it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not my business. But for some reason, Savannah took it as, oh, Egypt must be right about her. She is trying to steal Egypt's wedding. Because they got to talking about the wedding, and she was like, yeah, we're planning it, and it's on its way. And I was like, girl, what? I felt like we put 20 on 10. How did you get from there to there? I don't see, girl. Anyway, that's what it was. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to catch up with y'all next week. Peace.